Hey, I'm Fucci, and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. Love is in the air, and we have got a chocolate dip show for you today. We're making chocolate-covered strawberries. And we've got a very special guest in the TK, the newly engaged SARAH MURPHREE is here. So show us the bling.
Oh. Well, the ring was a little big, so
it's getting resized.
Yes, yeah.
No big deal. Hey, SARAH and I are good friends. We've known each other for years.
We met at some free cultural dinner for South American food.
Yes, it was free food.
Yeah,
of course
we were there. But I remember we really bonded over the desserts.
Dessert table. I'm a huge fan of sweets. You're a huge fan of sweets, which is why I picked out this recipe. Plus, it's Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh, and I'd love to know how to make this for Eric.
Then let's get started. Y'all ready?
Let's bring it.
So what you're gonna need are fresh strawberries, semi-sweet chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, vegetable oil. For decorations, you'll need more chocolate chips, chopped nuts, and instant coffee.
You'll also need a pot, which is optional, styrofoam board, which is optional, 2 mixing bowls, 2 silicone spatulas, toothpicks, measuring cup and measuring spoons, and pastry bags.
So before we start dipping strawberries, you have got to hear her engagement story.
Oh yes, it's a good one. So it all happened at Christmas time, and I was flying from LA home to Nashville.
It's a super long trip.
And my dad was picking me up, and we were going to get some coffee afterwards at Fido.
Which is an amazing restaurant in Nashville. It's like a restaurant, coffee shop.
Oh, it is the best.
The best.
You've been there?
No, I've never been
Wait,
there.
what?
No, I hear you talking about it all the time, so I know it's got to be good. Next time I am in Nashville, I'm at Fido.
You're gonna be there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I walked into Fido, and there was a Santa, and he was handing out hot chocolate samples.
Perfect.
And Santa handed me a sample with a cup that said Miss Lopez, which is my fiance's last name.
Something seems fishy.
You know, a normal person would have thought that, but Sarah was just like, oh, this is random, and wanted to drink the hot chocolate. But before I could, Santa took it back.
How rude.
That's what I thought. I was like, this Santa is rude. He's getting on my nerves. And then the Santa got on one knee. And I was like, oh, it's one of those flirty Santas. Can't. So I almost walked away. Before I did, Santa took off his beard. And it was Eric. Oh. And then he proposed in Fido.
And the whole restaurant breaks out in clapping and cheers.
They did not.
What?
No. Nobody clapped.
No. They do that on every Hallmark movie.
That's what I thought would happen too, but they just sat there sipping their coffee.
Okay, let me just say to everybody out there, if you see an engagement, you must clap.
I agree.
It's imperative.
Yes.
So, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to make these strawberries. You can give them to Eric.
Oh.
And then you can take them back.
Okay.
So our first step is to wash and dry the strawberries, which has already been done. You did that, right?
I did, yes.
And I know she did because they are thoroughly dry and I am usually too impatient to wait. But it is important for this recipe because it allows the chocolate to stick to the strawberries better. Now we're just going to take a regular, ordinary household toothpick and stick it right here into the center of the stem. You have like a little strawberry popsicle.
Oh, these are so cute.
And then just stick it in the styrofoam board.
Okay, and now why are we using the styrofoam?
Now that's a good question. Normally you can just let it dry on a flat surface just like this. So if you don't have styrofoam, that's fine. But it'll give you like a flat side to the chocolate. So just to make it a little extra fancy, we go ahead and stick it in the styrofoam so that the chocolate melts evenly around the outside.
Oh, wow. That's a great technique to learn.
So we're just gonna go through all of these and then we can get started on the chocolate.
Oh, that is my favorite.
Now this is the perfect tiny kitchen recipe for even the tiniest of kitchens. All you need is a microwave.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you can do this in a dorm room if you need to make a nice Valentine's Day gift. This is the recipe for you. We start by combining our chocolate into our mixing bowl.
Okay.
And then we'll add a little bit of vegetable oil.
And why are we using vegetable oil?
Yeah, the vegetable oil will help to give it that nice glossy look to it, so it'll look a little bit prettier, but it also helps to make the chocolate a little bit easier to work with.
And can you use olive oil?
You know, I wouldn't recommend it because olive oil, it's got that great flavor, but it's going to add that flavor to the chocolate, so you want a mild oil, like a vegetable oil, or you could also use shortening.
Oh, shortening. I know all about shortening.
Now, if you're using the microwave method, we would just pop this in at 50% power and then check it every 15 seconds, just giving it a quick stir until it's thoroughly melted. Just that easy.
Wow, very simple.
We are going to use a double boiler though today. You've got a double boiler, don't you?
I have no idea what that is.
Well, I don't have one either. It's a tiny kitchen. Come on. We're going to make one out of a pot and a heat-resistant glass
It is
bowl.
so simple.
Just like that.
Wow.
So I am going to fill this up with just about an inch of water.
Okay.
So we're going to bring it up to a simmer over medium heat.
Okay.
We're going to place the bowl of dark chocolate on top and then just continue to stir it until the chocolate is thoroughly melted.
Wow, this is beautiful.
So that's the consistency we're looking for. And now we will switch out and do the white chocolate using the other silicone spatula.
All right.
Now we're going to take this out. Be very careful because there is a lot of steam underneath. The chocolate's all melted. Now comes the fun part. We got our bowls of dipping chocolate. We've also transferred a little bit of the chocolate into our pastry bags. If you don't have pastry bags, no problem. Just use a Ziploc bag and just snip off the tip. Now I'm going to have you dip first.
Oh, nice.
So pick your favorite strawberry.
Ooh, I'm going to go with this guy right here.
Perfect one. And then just dip it into the chocolate and then let it sort of drizzle off. I mean, you can serve it just like this.
Amazing.
But if you want to get super fancy, you can dip it in the chopped nuts, you can dip it in the chocolate. If you want to use the espresso powder, just sprinkle it on top because it is really strong. But we are going to do a fancy drizzle.
Oh, I love fancy drizzles.
Fancy drizzle. And then you'll just take your chocolate and then just drizzle it back and forth. You can do both sides. And then just stick it in our little...
That is beautiful.
Our little tray. It's very easy. So I'm going to do the reverse, and I'll let you do the drizzle. So
okay. I love the white chocolate.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got the drizzle down?
I got the drizzle.
Oh, that looks perfect.
I've learned from the best.
Haha, she's too kind. Hey, we're going to finish up the rest of these, and then we'll plate them up. So check these out, y'all. We let them cool in the fridge for about 15 minutes. That lets the chocolate harden. We also took out the toothpicks and plated them up. Now, something this beautiful deserves a celebration, and we've got something to celebrate.
Oh, my ringless engagement. Wow. All right.
A little for you.
Why, thank you.
A little for me. Hey, I know you're going to want the recipe for this. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try these, please let us know about it in the comments below.
And be sure to subscribe to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste.
Hey, I'm Fucci.
And I'm Sarah Murphree.
Reminding you that if we can make chocolate-covered strawberries in a kitchen this tiny, you can make them in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen
Big Taste.
Cheers. Chocolate-covered show for you today. We're making... Oops. Chocolate-covered strawberries.
A little bit of me and a whole lot of you. Add a dash of starlight and a dozen roses too. Then let it rise for 100 years or two. And that's a recipe for making love.